Dave the Pickup Artist. Hello, vinyl community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you this evening with some pickups. The bad news is yesterday I got kicked off a flight just for sleeping. I sleep in the nude. But yes, enough of the foolishness. Let's get to the pickups. I have a couple of great albums, and the good news is nothing's from the Goodwill. First up, I've got Love for You. Their first album, 1966. This is a garage psych album. Their next albums would be more psych, but this has got a garage element to it. It was formed by this gentleman, Arthur Lee, and they did pretty good around the California area, and they had some regional hits. Actually, they had national hits with some of their other albums, songs from their other albums. But what happened was they put out about 5 or 6 albums in the 60s. Then, for whatever reason, Lee fired everybody, and half of the band became criminals. They went off, and including Lee. What happened to Lee was the 3 strikes law in the 90s. He had 2 prior convictions, and he discharged a gun, apparently, and the problem was he had a bad lawyer. If he had pled guilty, he probably would have gotten away with like a couple of months. But he pled not guilty and ended up spending 12 years in the can. So yeah, and it's worse than that. The other guys that were in the crime, while he was in the can, they died. So there goes any chance of a love reunion. But yeah, this is a great album. They put out some really good albums in the 60s. The first 3 are essential, I think. But yeah, that's a shame. And right after he got out of jail, he died of cancer. It's tragedy. This is on Elektra. They were on the same label as the Doors. And the Doors, these guys were kind of mentors for the Doors. They wanted to, play the big clubs like Love was playing in at the time. Next, I've got Ravi Shankar. Now, this particular album has been out, somewhat preserved in the shrink. Now, you can see this sticker here. I believe this is you pick this up in the record department of Woolworths, and you take it up to the counter, and they take the middle part of that sticker off. I guess, I don't know. Maybe Woolworths, maybe another department store. I don't know the origin of that sticker, but yeah, this is a great album. This finds Ravi in 1969. The same year he did the Woodstock Festival, and when he did the Woodstock Festival, the hippies really liked him, but he didn't really like him back. He didn't like the drug culture and all that, because it was a religion for him. This kind of music, this raga, was very religious for him, and he lived to be 92, and at Woodstock, he died in 2012, so at Woodstock he would have had to have been around 50 years old, which is over twice the age of most of the performers that were there. But yeah, this is a great album. He does a evening raga on side 1 and a morning raga on side 2. And the morning raga he performed at Woodstock. But yeah, this is a great album. I like it. He's accompanied by a tabla player. Just one tabla player on this one. And the last one I have is the Byrds, the Ballad of Easy Rider. This came out after Sweethearts of the Rodeo. The Byrds, Sweethearts of the Rodeo didn't do real well, so they needed they needed to get another album out there, and they need to get they needed to sell it. So what they did was they capitalized on the Easy Rider movie. McGuinn and Bob Dylan wrote a song for the movie, and it's on here. It's the first track. And they even went as far as to get Peter Fonda to do a little essay here on the back. I guess Peter Fonda was friends with the Byrds. Now on the cover we've got, well, first of all, the Byrds at this point consisted of Roger McGuinn, Clarence White. Steve Hillman was out of the band. They had another bass player named John York, and they also had Gene Parsons. Now, Gene Parsons was on drums, and this picture is a picture of Gene Parsons' dad on a 1928 Harley Davidson, I believe that is. But yeah, it was a great album. They do they do their Dylan on here too. But yeah, great album. Glad to pick this up. Filling in holes in my Byrds collection. And it is also on the Columbia label. Original insert also. And that's it. Before I leave tonight, I want to remind you that it is Diarrhea Awareness Month, and it runs until Sunday.
He's got diarrhea.
Take care.